Hey guys, welcome back to another standard video. Here with me, Arne. Today we're trying out a new aggro deck. Fable is banned. Fable was one of the, weirdly enough, best cards against aggressive decks, especially on the backside in conjunction with Blooddive Harvester. And the decks that you build around Fable usually entailed a bunch of cheap black removal, right? Which all make creature decks tough. But yeah. We have a new age now. Fable's banned, so let's try our hands on Mono White Humans, a deck that is fairly new. Basic premise here is that Coppercoat Vanguard puts this over the top. I mean, we have different aggro decks. We have green white Toxic, we have blue white Soldiers that have various great synergies going on for them. And we really were missing more human synergies. We had like some human synergies back in the Innistrad sets, but not quite enough to make the tribe worthwhile. And yeah, over the time we got Recruitment Officer, we got now Coppercoat Vanguard, a huge one of course, and little things like Ossification helps the archetype as well, having a cheap, clean removal spell, and that really bringing or justifying playing one color only. Like you could also go with green-white, you would get Sigada as another Lord effect, and other humans that have synergies with the human strategy, like Catilda, for example. But you would not have the Great Mana and Ossification, which is just a phenomenal removal spell when you can, support it. Skrelv, I think this card is just reasonable to play. It's not a human. It does protect your important creatures like Thalia and Anointed Peacekeeper, which most importantly is a human, which really disrupts the opponent's hands. I've always been impressed with this card. I think it's very good, and it's just about time that it sees play. And then, of course, Skrelv also protects maybe one of the most egregious power, hard-hitting, free-drop creatures we've seen in a long time in Standard. I mean, Adeline is just a house. So all spots of the curve look kind of great. We have some 2-on-1-offs here with Archangel Elspeth. I took a list from online and made some changes. There were 2 Archangels in the list originally. Doesn't make human soldier token, so that's a bit unfortunate, but nonetheless gives you a little bit of a different angle. And most importantly, with that -2, it can jump a creature like an Adeline and, get them in the air if they gobbled up the ground. Sounds kind of nice, for example, in the mirror match, if that ever comes up. And then we have Guardian of New Benalia, just a little role filler. Can attack with higher power through enlist, dig yourself a little deeper into the deck, or like scry lands to the bottom mostly. And then, also gain indestructible against like a sweeper deck. Invasion of Gobakhan, that card has been making a splash, and I think it's main deck worthy. It's just make an opposing spell more expensive, and then later on it flips into this powerful enchantment, and all for 2 mana in total. It's just like such a good deal. Just gotta be careful with Thalia. If you attack the invasion, flip it, and you have Thalia in play, you gotta pay 1 mana for the backside to be able to resolve, because you're casting it again, so don't mess that up. Yeah, that's a little bit of the thing here. We have 7 non-creature spells with 4 Thalia in our deck, not premium. Bit skeptical on the Elspeth still. Ossification, I think, is just justified because it's the cleanest removal. And Invasion, I guess you could make a case that because you have Thalia in your deck, it's a bit of an anti-synergy, but the card is very, very strong, and, it is cheap anyways, so it's not as bad with Thalia. But yeah, of course, having a 5-mana Archangel Elspeth in your hand is not great with Thalia. Yeah, and then we have 1 Brutal Cathar. Didn't want to have too many free drops. If the format is more, I mean, the format does revolve around creatures these days, so Brutal Cathar is kind of decent. But I just wanted to give Peacekeeper a shot and have more Brutals in the sideboard. Speaking of sideboard, we are able to play Late on Arms, which is an excellent cheap removal spell that comes in clutch in a creature mirror match situation. Sure, you're an aggressive deck, you don't necessarily want to give them life, but if you're having a mirror match, it's like not a mirror match, but like an aggressive mirror, then it's less about the life, it's more about gaining control of the board, not falling behind too much, and Late on Arms just as a 1 mana removal should be able to do that, especially on the draw. So yeah, Search Observation, flexible card, great against red-black decks, obviously great against red sweepers, red removal. Not so good against some of the black sweepers, like, minus effects are good against Search Observation, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm still gonna try it. Maybe it's just not quite good enough and you rather have a proactive element, like more invasions, more planeswalkers, extraction specialists, something like that. Vetting Announcement, talking about like these proactive elements that are good in grinding matchups. Yeah, 4 Vetting Announcement is a lock. This card is just exceptional. You see it across formats. What you get for the price is amazing. And these are human tokens, so they synergize with your deck. Only downside is the Thalia, but vetting is still great. We have 1 Loran here, human, destroy stuff. Why not? Destroy evil, good against Shieldred. And also, I mean, you don't have to kill Fable anymore, but like there's like Leyline Binding decks, Cruelty of Gigs decks. There's plenty of decks where Destroy Evil is still good, but it got a little worse with Fable out of the format. 2 more Brutal Cathar for the creature matchups and 1 more Invasion here in the sideboard. Yeah, I chose to go for Vetting and Invasion as my sort of anti-control package and the 2 searches. Could see that being a little different. I think for Vetting, likely what you will definitely do. No, 4 Vetting is a lock. Let's just say that. And then, yeah, the rest, I don't know. Extraction Specialist is a kind of cool card. Brings back some of your good 2-drops. So yeah, could see that one as well. Yeah, anyhow, I think that's enough talking about the deck, enough introductions. A simple, aggressive deck. You want to beat down your opponent. This might be it. Let's see how it fares in the new metagame. Alright, let's go. We're on the play. Unfortunately, just the 1 Lana. But yeah. A deck like this, you should certainly take aggressive mulligans if your curve doesn't line up well, but I mean, you just need like 2 lands and a couple spells and you're usually good to go. We have 1 plains for Ossification. With Laid on Arms in your deck, it actually is sometimes interesting for the post-board games. When, I mean, in a situation like that, you might want to keep the plains. Okay. Yeah, Laid on Arms probably going to come in handy here, but what surely is going to come in handy is this Thalia. They have Jukai Naturalist, that would be a great foil to the Thalia. They don't. Okay, that gets very good news for me. Oh gosh, drawing a 5-drop Elspeth here already. Ugh. Ugh. Just a mulligan. That's how it feels. Okay, let's get the Coppercoat out. Just attack with Thalia. Guardian of New Benalia doesn't look all that great here. I guess it comes in as being making our Elspeth useful. Hey, we could discard Elspeth into the Guardian and just get rid of her. Yeah. By the way, I'm traveling soon. I'm going to Athens tomorrow. I locked in my Pioneer deck. I'm very happy with it. And I'm excited for it. There's going to be coverage for that tournament as well. The Regional Championship, the European one. I'm already qualified for the Pro Tour in Barcelona. Luckily, I had a good finish in Minneapolis, so I don't have to struggle for that. But nonetheless, there's Worlds and there's money on the line. Top 2 makes Worlds. So yeah, I'm really excited to play and also visit Greece for the first time. Yeah, Weaver of Harmony. All right, they're going around Thalia pretty well here. Yeah, I don't really want to send my Coppercoat into combat, do I? Maybe it's fine because like both their creatures are kind of annoying. Green-white enchantments seems a little bit of a tough matchup, honestly, because they like low to the ground, make a lot of dudes, and go overpower like creature strategies like humans normally, I would say. Maybe just the Thalia getting in there. Don't want to throw out my Lord quite yet. Not sure. Like all their creatures are like good. Like Generous Visitor is just, it's a really good card. I mean, no surprise to see people play green-white enchantments these days. I think the deck has the tools to be, you know, like, yeah, just all the cards synergize very well. They're cheap, they're efficient. It has great removal with Ossification. I don't know, deck does a lot. There's also various ways of building it. Hello the Haunting is just a crazy good card. Although what's weird a little bit is that the deck was kind of good against red-black mid-range. Like that was one of the reasons to play it, I think. Some people did in the Arena Championship, right before the bans happened. Like Seth Manfield, for example, I was witnessing his testing process, and he really liked that matchup, the red-black matchup. But like now red-black is gone, so I don't know how good like green-white is in a metagame where there's like Farewell and Temporary Lockdown more represented, for example. Yeah, so they're still gonna draw a card if I exile this. No matter how I do that. I could exile this, then those shrink down in size. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Kami though. Now I could enlist. Or I could just swing with everybody. What are they gonna do? They can block both my Coppercoats. think swinging with everybody is actually the deal here. That was a really low impact last turn. I mean, they kind of wasted their turn, and Audacity is not very good here. It's a proactive, aggressive card. So now they're going to take a huge hit of damage. Go down to 2 life. Yeah. And I guess maybe Thalia did work. Like, we don't know what the hand is. Maybe it's like 2 Hauntings. Or just... Oh. Wow. Spicy. Cool. I did not have that on my radar. A triggered ability also works, of course. Yeah, and that is a triggered ability. That's very cool. That's very cool. Awesome. Ossification hitting the battlefield. Unstabilizing, but if I hit a land... Actually, I already have Lethal of the Foundry right now. They could copy the Ossification, but no, it doesn't do anything. I should have them, right? They need another 1-drop here. They could... Okay. I think Elspeth is just safer. I guess they can't even have a 1-drop. Because I have Thalia in play. So, they like Boseiju doesn't work because they don't have a legend. I think I could have just activated Foundry and not shown them the Elspeth. Anyhow, Destroy Evil and Loran usually come in. This is interesting. I think Invasion is not that good here. I think Peacekeeper isn't great either. I think this is more like a Brutal Cathar matchup and Late on Arms matchup. Skrelv, also not that necessary. They just don't run that much removal. I can still play like 1 Skrelv. I think that's fine. Like, they do run a little bit of removal, so... And it also gives unblockability. Elspeth, I think, is okay. Like, giving my things flying. Although, it looked pretty awful, costing 5 mana there. Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't like it in the deck, honestly. Like, just want to avoid playing expensive cards like that. Peacekeeper could name, like, Weaver, make that more expensive to activate. And could make Hellet Haunting more expensive, but the deck is very cheap and low to the ground, so Peacekeeper isn't the greatest. So it's just like between 2 bad cards here. I would like to have another card for the matchup, I guess. Oh no, this is not beer, by the way. I'm not drinking beer during the daytime. So I'm not much of a beer drinker in general, to be fair. This card is also not great in this matchup. The Indestructible Clause isn't very effective. But I mean, in the end, you know, it still has the Enlist going on for itself. So, you know, it does stuff. It's like not a terrible card to have in your deck. There's also Intrepid Adversary. That's another Lord effect that I was always impressed with in like previous builds of Mono White. That card is still around. Feels like forever, right? It's been forever, hasn't it? Okay, Coppercoat or Guardian. But they have Invasion against a human stack, by the way. That does not sound like a good idea. Sorry to say. Like, that does sound awful. How's that card ever going to be good against me? Sorry, but... Yeah, this is what people sometimes just do wrong. They just have the wrong cards in the wrong matchups. And that will cost you hugely. Every card has to matter. You just get a ton of edge by sideboarding correctly. Playing the right cards. Okay. Now this guy can play a little defense, I guess. I wonder if I should develop or if I should keep up Eiganjo. 3 cards left. I think I'll just develop more. And attack with this one. And stay back with the Guardian as defense to protect the invasion. This is a powerful setup. Whenever they have Visitor and Jukai in play, I'm like, it's scary. And Calyx now. Calyx copies things in the graveyard. Wait. Why did I think that? It just copies things in play? I always thought it was doing stuff out of the graveyard. I misread, but it just copies stuff in play. Which makes sense, honestly. Whoa, this is a 7/7 now. What happened? I guess this happened. Michiko. That's impressive. They have a great attack here. Yikes. So I have to let them flip the invasion. But if they flip the invasion, how am I ever letting... Like, how am I winning this game? Well, I got big time punished for playing my Coppercoat. That's definitely what I can say here. If I wouldn't have played Coppercoat, I would have had Eiganjo for the visitor, and I could have at least jumped the Jukai. But now I have to jump with the Coppercoat to prevent the invasion from flipping. Which was, you know, those are the small margins that just lose you games of Magic. And this time, maybe I have to let the invasion flip and just try to draw a removal. This is a 4/4, right? Then I have this going on. This turns into a 5/5. I mean, this is the type of thing I'm talking about. Like, green-white just can totally overpower you. Like, I have my dorky little creatures here. This is just not doable. I need laydown arms. I need removal. I need to interact with them. I'm getting stomped. Damn. Okay, invasion. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, I guess, but I don't know. It does have the enchantment synergy in this deck as well. Invasion is just a great card, but I think you still don't want it in this matchup. Just, is that really what it's about, you know? I also knew about Eiganjo, so they could have set it up in a way that this would have been a 5/5, and this would have been a 6/6, and then my Eiganjo isn't even good enough last turn, so I was probably just seriously hopeless to lose that game, no matter how I play it. Yeah. Guess I could at least attack the Guardian if I want to. Probably should do that. No. Alright, and maybe we can find... Like, the way I win this is runner removal, I think. Or like Loran of the Third Path. Loran of the Third Path. I mean, if the enchantment stack, I've been running into it a couple times. If it's like a part of the metagame, just play more Lorans. That card is probably the best card against it out of your human stack. I mean, you don't want to play Farewell, so Loran's just the best. Commune with spirits. Maybe they're not even playing the Haunting. Maybe they're just like a lower to the ground aggressive version of green-white. I think the Haunting, like, yeah, I could see both, honestly. The Haunting is just such a powerful card that is difficult to beat. Planar Disruption. They're definitely showing off. Their draw is excellent. Take 15, no big deal. And they still have protection, and they're gonna grow by 2. Yikes. Oh. Oh, it's okay. We're learning. I thought it has to be an enchanted creature. I'm just gonna give up. But it also is just Calyx. So it's Calyx or an enchanted creature, correct? Yeah, but it's not an enchantment creature. It's an enchanted creature, not Jukai. So it has to have Audacity on it. Pretty much the only aura I can think of they play. And it has to, or it has to be Calyx. Okay, I didn't think about that. Okay, Hopeful Initiate is also pretty awesome. If you can get it to work. Adeline looked kind of unimpressive. Maybe I have to play Peacekeeper. Maybe I have to just disrupt them somehow, some way. This seems tough. Also Thalia, which against some versions of green-white, very effective. But my opponent with Calyx, Weaver, Kami, Generous Visitor, Yukai, they don't even have space for Hallowed Haunting, I think. So, Thalia. No, my entire deck is not... Like, this is not a good matchup, obviously. Like, it is very obvious to me that this is a tough matchup for my deck. I won game 1 somehow, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, this seems like a very non-optimal opponent to run into for me. But yeah, you can help yourself with like Lorans and stuff, but it's only gonna help so much. If you expect a bunch of green-white, you should probably not pick up this deck. In general, I think aggressive decks kind of bad against green-white. Because there's like life gain in the form of Jukai and like all these growing threats that are fairly cheap. It's like just has a lot of nice things. Yeah, Kami is more worrisome than the Visitor. Okay, I mean, we're getting to Adeline, and Adeline is sticking, which, you know. I mean, Thalia into Adeline, or like 1 mana anything, Skrelv, whatever it is, and then into Thalia, into Adeline, that's a curve, you know, that's like, that's a Pioneer power level curve, right? Recruitment Officer into Thalia, into Adeline. You can do that in Pioneer or in Explorer. So, yeah. Okay, we have Eiganjo, which is awesome. If I kill this, they gain 3 life. So if I don't cast my Lay on Arms, I do cast it. They can block, take like 9, go to 2. I think I should be fine no matter what. I think I only lose against the sweeper at this point. Can kill the life linker with Eiganjo. Cost me just 1 mana with the 2 legends. And which I will do. And then I take 5, and yeah, it's just super dead. Brutal Cathar is also pretty good in this matchup. Very strong. Okay, alright. I mean, we beat a bad matchup just by not drawing them and them not having like the most optimal draws in game 1 and game 2. But yeah, that's what this deck can do. Like, Adeline is just a powerhouse of a card. Cool. Alright, we're on the play. What is up with these one-landers? Alright, we're keeping this one. Moving away the legend that we have doubled. I added a Loran to the sideboard over a Brutal Cathar and moved the Brutal Cathar, better to say that, to the main deck, and I just cut the Elspeth. I think it's too cute. The anti-synergy with Thalia is real, will come up, and yeah. Like, you should just minimize non-creature spells when you play a deck with Thalia as much as possible. And Adeline just does not seem like a card you know, have to play. Okay, blue-white might just be the blue-white control deck I featured lately as well, which had good results. So yeah, we have a lot of good tools for this matchup. We have Anointed Peacekeeper, Gobakhan, Invasion. Thalia, of course, is great. So they better have some lay down arms action very quickly, or they're gonna be in a world of hurt. And blue-white, huh? Blue-white these days. It's like, after I made the blue-white control video, I was also thinking that, I think someone in chat or in the comment sections mentioned it, that you could just play Leyline Binding in that deck too, because you already run like 6 dual lands, the triumphs, let's say, that give you those types. Yeah. You could. But then at that point, you might just run like domain control again. Okay, luckily we have a second Thalia, which I think is just what I'm gonna deploy here. 4 cards in hand. Yeah. I could play the Coppercoat. So they have Wandering Emperor, which is a bit annoying, but if I play Thalia next turn, the sweeper is Sunfall. Coppercoat, they block here, take like a ton. Maybe it's fine to just play Coppercoat then. Nah, I think Thalia also disrupting other things is just too big. They have 1 mana spell. I'm wondering what that may be. Yeah, also like Soul Petition is, you can make the easy swap of Soul Petition for Leyline Binding. But yeah, I don't know, like playing a bunch of tapped lands is not great. So. Also a bit sad that compared to Explorer, you have Rogrind Triome, so you can actually you know, have another, but like in this you only have the blue, green, white, and the black, so you don't really have a good red duo. So you will never like get the full achievement on the binding. We're just going full ham here. Just trying to kill our opponent before they can find a sweeper. Oh, yeah, they're just giving up. Yeah. We can't cast Emperor because of Thalia. Okay, awesome. So they have lockdown on the sideboard. That's sort of it, I think. Let me just check the list real quick. I mean, playing a deck of public knowledge. So, yeah, Soul Petition, the Seed Shark maybe, huh? Okay. Depops in the sideboard? Did it have depops? Maybe. Okay, Invasion comes in. Vetting, I think, is still good enough, even though a bit slow. Destroy might be fine. Definitely don't want Ossification. Don't want the Brutals. Surge gives Hexproof. Skrelv seems okay, but it's a bit bad against the sweepers. Guardian is kind of terrible as well against like all the exiling sweepers. I think Destroy Evil is what we want to blow up temporary lockdown. 12 free drops is a lot. Could make for some clunky curves. Yeah, but so like I was thinking about the Loran, but I think all my other free drops are better than Loran would be. Like Loran is also just kind of narrow against like lockdown mainly. Destroy Evil is like the perfect sideboard card against blue-white. So it does kill Seed Shark, it does kill like Baneslayer Angel if they play that card. And it does also get rid of temporary lockdown. Just so perfect. It's really crazy like how such an innocent looking common has this like one of the most impactful sideboard cards you could play. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about make this appear, but you know, at the end, don't care that much about the Guardian, and with like a deck like Mono White Humans, you can't really afford to play around stuff that much in the early game. There's the Shark. It's a good one. If I draw a land, I could attack, and then I Eiganjo them. I think that's actually reasonable. Yeah. The Shark is very good against me. I don't want to have it be alive. I could see that the Lorans in the sideboard are better served as being more Destroy Evil. Of course, that card is worse against green-white enchantments, but it should become should be a lot more effective in this matchup. So here, if I play Adeline, I would really run into a sweeper. But the issue is, if I don't play Adeline, I sort of get, like if I play Vetting Announcement, I'm gonna kind of get destroyed by Wandering Emperor. So I think I go with the Adeline. I also have a second one. But yeah, if they go like Deluge into Sunfall, that would cost me a bit of a pickle, let's say, that the Wandering Emperor puts you in. Yeah, okay, they have it. So now I'm happy I did this play. It's much better than Vetting Announcement because, yeah. Go for Samurai, that's fine. Okay, so they have Sunfall as well. They should have blocked the Guardian though. Then they can, okay, yeah. Then they can maybe get another card out of my hand. It's a pretty clear mistake there. Okay, yeah, I mean Sunfall, if I played Vetting, Sunfall is less damaging. Yeah. I mean, for them to do all this, I think if I have Emperor there, I would just plus it, honestly. I mean, you could block the Guardian, I think that's reasonable, but you can also just plus it, untap, Sunfall, minus the Emperor, and have it on 3 loyalty, which is a lot better than on 1 loyalty. I guess on 2 it was. Yeah. Sunfall also bringing the 4/4. Such a powerful card. Really an outstanding sweeper. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what you really want, I guess, is Invasion of Gobakhan and Anointed Peacekeeper. Those two are great. Vetting is just... They gain too much time. They gain too much time against Vetting. And then they can find like their sweepers and stuff. So what's really important is your early remove, your like hand disruption effects. Probably just going on the aggressive, huh? Well, I will have a huge... Oh, they have Boonbringer as well. Okay. Well, that justifies this. I was going to say I have a pretty huge board state next turn. I'm gonna have like 5 2/2s. But Boonbringer is gonna make, you know, quick pros, like it's gonna just kill me. Okay, now if they're adopting Boonbringer, you might want to have more Destroy Evils in the sideboard. And if this is like becoming the tier 1 deck. Okay, I think I've lost this game at this point. I have to like... I don't even know. I have to draw a removal, I guess. Yeah, I have to draw a Destroy Evil for the Angel. Like... triple block here, I don't know. This is tough. Tough spot. Very low amount to win this game. But hey, we can hang in there. It's not lost yet. The Vetting Announcement ×3 is a hell of an engine. Okay. Alright, I'm good now. That two planeswalkers and a 4/4 flyer with lifelink, I'm not beating. Ossification, yeah. Maybe I need it, huh? Really don't like that Skrelv's so bad against sweepers. Dicey. I guess a weakness of blue-white, if that becomes popular, is their inability to deal with planeswalkers effectively. So maybe that Elspeth is finding herself a spot again in the sideboard. I don't know. I feel like Invasion of Gobakhan is like really good in this matchup. I just have to draw it. And a Peacekeeper. Like there's no reason... Like I can't mulligan this hand. This hand is too good to just like throw away. But it definitely would be nice if I could draw, you know, my good cards. Thalia included. Thalia is also like messed up against blue-white. They lose if they don't have lay down arms. Like this game, Thalia would probably be incredible. Them having double beach draw. So I could go really aggressive here. Or I could go with Vetting and be a little less aggressive. So how much damage is the Hopeful plus Coppercoat line? It's 3, 6, 7, 9, 11 damage. If I don't do that, it's still like a ton of damage. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Vetting here because I'm not gonna kill them in one turn anyways. I don't have lethal, so it doesn't matter if I put them to like 4 or to like 9 or whatever. 8, I don't know. This is... Did I miss lethal? Wait, 3, 6, 9. No. It's like I put them to 3, I guess? Wait a minute. How low do I put them? So it's extra 5 damage. Am I just bad at math? I would have had lethal, huh? Gosh. What did I just do? Oh, I counted these as just 2 power. Oopsie. That's why I was off. Okay, it was enough. Wow, this deck can kill quickly. I mean, Coppercoat as a 2-mana lord and Adeline, like that combination is just crazy. Yeah, okay, I'm happy. Like this deck is good. It has just nut draws that even the strongest decks in the format cannot beat. I think I'm gonna change this. Kill 25 of your opponent's creatures. That's gonna be difficult to do. Maybe in the next video. On the play. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. Gotta be a little careful of the Invasion and Thalia. Mulliganing. Da 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 da. Planes. Just go Thalia. And pass. Could attack with Skrelv, I guess. Don't really know what it is. Might be mono white mid range, huh? Might be that blue white deck again, but without blue. Mono white mid range. It's a deck I haven't seen in a while. I'm gonna set myself up for a good turn next turn, where I can flip this easily. Hope they jump already, that'd be awesome. I remember Skrelv into Thalia being very good against mono white. Like they're reliant on spot removal early, and they have like a lot of non-creature spells. The best thing that my opponent probably could do on turn 3 here is play a Loran. Destroy the Skrelv. That's a way to catch up and use your mana effectively. And Loran would be exceptionally good here. Blocking the Coppercoat as well. Okay, I'm super happy about this, because this is gonna make my attacks next turn much easier. With the Invasion. I don't have to like give unblockability to one of my creatures to get them through. Okay, Storefront. So it's blue-white. Blue-white and Storefront is a tell that they're playing Sarah Paragon. I mean, you wouldn't play this card if you wouldn't play Sarah Paragon. Okay, they just get more planes. Maybe they... That's weird, huh? That is a bit weird. Well, we will see what is up. Lots of planes, unfortunately, in our hand. Okay, double Emperor, but this cost 5, so I'll just take Resto, I guess. And seeing the hand, I'm certainly going to attack with Skrelv. And now we got to pay 1 extra for the Invasion. And yeah, boom. Get counters everywhere. Great. Are they just playing mono white with Storefront? Huh. It's something I haven't seen before. I don't know if it's is that a good idea to like a tap land that's good with Paragon. I don't know. Ooh, oh, okay. That was the best draw you could have drawn. Or I guess later on arms. They did draw the perfect card for the turn. Oh, I mean, they have 8 of them in their deck, to be fair. Take Skrelv. I think, I don't care. I need my hexproof for next turn anyways, because the Emperors... Oh my god, I could lose this game. I could lose this game. I need, like, 1 spell here, and I think I have it locked up, pretty much. But now, they can go Emperor, try to kill my Coppercoat. I have to give hexproof. They go to 3. But then, maybe they can stabilize? Maybe, maybe. Okay, Foundry is good. Maybe not. I mean, they kind of need like a Sunfall or something. But they get a 2/2 to jump block, so that's problematic. No, I'm actually in trouble, maybe, yeah. The Foundry was good, but not good enough, because it's not... They go to 3, then they play... No, I'm actually... I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm losing this game, which is kind of outrageous. I mean, it's drawn 8 lands is pretty rough. As an aggressive low to the ground deck, that's not nice. Could just play 22 lands as well. Maybe 23 lands is like 1 too many. I think that might be correct. Yeah. Yeah. Now they kill this, and like they can even. No, they have to jump, but still they have plenty of time now. They can make another 2/2 next turn. Jesus Christ, deck. Oh, love it. Magic the Gathering, game of skill. Not all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, but you can't let yourself get frustrated by these draws. You just have to still stay in a good mindset and figure out how to best win this game. That's by not all means it's not lost. It's just always frustrating when you're like in a really winning position. Yeah, they can even trade here and go to 1, which is pretty nice for them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm left to 1 Thalia. Yeah, no, this is like, I think I'm in a losing position now. Even though I have them on 1 life, like this is the type of position where you, yeah, no, it's like, it's GG. It's over at this point. I don't even know what I can draw to like get back into this. Adeline. Just a frustrating game. Now they can kill my Thalia with the Emperor. I'm down to a Guardian. I'm gonna continue playing, but it's just like, yeah. I really am a type of player who does get frustrated too easily, I think. It's like it's out of my control. Why even bother? You know, like there's always a next game. I don't have to win every game. My opponent's mulligan to 4 also, and just miss land drops some games, and it's just part of it. Like, why even bother and being like tilted about it? Like, what's purpose is gonna serve that anybody? Nothing. Like, it's not worth anybody's time. This is a spot where the Elspeth would actually be good, huh? Well, yeah. No, I mean Elspeth might be. Maybe I cut a Skrelv for an Elspeth, but if I would add Elspeth, I should not cut a land. No. So mono white midrange might be a difficult matchup as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm out here. I'm out of here. I'm wondering why they did this on the whatever. Loran, destroy evil, invasion, ossification. Probably not that great. Maybe like I can keep 2. Brutal Cathar is definitely bad. Vetting, I don't think I like vetting in this matchup too much. I think I'm gonna keep an ossification. Maybe they have like some Boonbringer Valkyrie. I just want to call that thing Baneslayer. That name is just way too long. I guess you could call it Boonbringer. It's kind of similar to Baneslayer. But yeah. That card's pretty freaking good against aggressive decks too. Like white just has good tools against these type of decks. Very nice tools. Steel Seraph as well is another very good card against like a deck like mine. Yeah, I'm usually, in general, I'm not the biggest fan of playing a deck like this. It's always ways to attack it. It's always like certain cards, Glistening Deluge, Temporary Lockdown, whatever it be, that you're like, oh yeah, you have it, I guess I lose, sort of. And yes, you do have answers. Like you do have Destroy Evil for lockdown, you do have Invasion of Gobakhan to make that Glistening Deluge cost 5, stuff like that. And then oftentimes your opponents don't have it, they have to draw it as well. But yeah, it's like, just, I like agency, I guess. I like having agency. I don't like sitting there and having to hope that they don't have it and that I have the answer and so on and so on. Okay, we got a good old 1/2 removal. The removal is pretty awesome. Yeah, also the removal is kind of awesome in this format. Like black is cut down and go for the throat and sweepers, and white has like really great removal, which often isn't the case, I would say, in standard, that white has like great removal. But like between Late on Arms, Leyline Binding, and Ossification, just white has such excellent removal. And I just keep drawing lands. Alright. Not making it easy on me in this match. But hey, we have more opponents to face. And I'm sure we're going to have a better time in other games. Okay, opponent having a good start, but now they obviously ran out of removal. If I had like a little bit more pressure, this Adeline could really do a lot of work. But right now it's just even this Adeline. Oh my god. what a great game. Ay. Oh. No, it's just like, yeah, my opponent's also like, okay. Like at this point, if I would be my opponent, I would be like, okay, yeah, you're not getting the best draws, are you? Or I'd be thinking like, is there some sort of weird protection card in their hand? That like, whatever, but it's obviously not. And now it's done. Oh, I have a Skrelv, awesome. They have Wandering Emperor here likely. I cannot play around anything at this point. I just have to jam. 15 life. Okay, they don't have Emperor. Good news, I guess. I have Eiganjo for the 3/4. If they just keep drawing lands. Alright, they didn't crack the Reliquary end of turn, so I assume the hand is not lands only. Okay. I'm making a little comeback here. Impossible. Adeline is the type of card that produces a lot of resources. So I have Skrelv to protect her. If they don't have a sweeper, I mean, I could definitely win this game. They just have a bunch of lands in hand. Never give up. Never give up. That's for sure. Wow, nothing for 2 turns in a row. Not even cracking the Reliquary. I mean, at this point, you got a Sunfall me, right? You're gonna attack the Spirit. Yeah, the good old Spirit attack. The free Spirit attack. And for me, it's a free block because I don't think they have multiple Eiganjo in their deck. So I don't have to play around Eiganjo there. Just save me a point of life. And what sweeper do we have? Depop, Sunfall, Farewell. What do we got? Huh? What do we got? Farewell. All right. Yeah. Oh. Oopsie daisy, opponent. You just messed up majorly. Why did you exile enchantments at that point in the game? There was no reason. Yeah. Opponent realized it too. They were just too excited, I guess. Yeah, opponents can also make mistakes to help you get back into a game, even though you've drawn 8 lands. Your aggressive creature deck. Alright. Better than nothing. I could technically scry. But then I have 5 and they just have an easy chump block. Huh. This way they can chump for 2. Like they chump 3 and then take 2. Okay. The ward is pretty neat on the Coppercoat. Like that adds up, especially with Thalia. You have like Thalia out, Coppercoat, they really have to get rid of the Thalia. It's gonna be annoying. Okay, that's a good sign at least. They're digging. But maybe they just have another sweeper. Like that'd be likely. I feel like the way they... that's a good one too. Buys a lot of time. And a restoration. Yep. Every draw has to be good at this point. Like, another planes is just awful. At this point, I will enlist. So I'm not putting my Coppercoat into combat against these 1/1s. Okay. Yeah, I keep that. I mean, that draws me an extra creature. Double block the Foundry. Okay. And chump my 5/2. Yeah. I don't know if I would have done this. Like, double blocking the Foundry. These guys are going to be 2/2s next turn. I don't like that play. I would just take 2 damage. You're at 11. Like, you're no way. No. Yeah, just not going to die anytime soon. So, take some more damage there. Don't jump too fast. Same with that ambitious farmhand chump block on turn 3 of the game in game 1. I think that's just way too early to chump block. Farewell is not you know, the greatest sweeper. But yeah, if I can't put you under the gun, then farewell will be good enough late in the game. Okay, so Recruitment Officer, you got a lot of work to do, my friend. You got a lot of work to do. Thalia at this point, not very good. Adeline is just best. Bit unfortunate I can't play her at the same time, but hey, who cares? I have Loran in my deck. That'd be an excellent draw. Or an excellent find with the Officer. Damn it. No Officer for me. Okay, if I draw Loran off the top, I can win this game. Loran, destroy evil. Come on, deck. Planes! Oh, man. Okay. It's game 2, by the way. I'm up a game, so we can just give them the nut draw in game 3. Wow, this deck is really trolling me, isn't it? Jesus Christ. They have multiple farewells. It's good to know. Okay, yeah. I have another one coming, so. Multiple farewells. Farewell is good against Invasion of Gobakhan. Jesus Christ! I'm done! I'm out of here! Stop with all these lands! I'm gonna cut a land now. Like, what the heck's going? Oh, wait. I lost game 1, right? It's true. I lost game 1, even though I was such in a winning position. I forgot about that. Oops. So yeah, it wasn't game 2, but I'm down 2-0. Okay. Well, with that, I think we can conclude on this deck. Certainly very powerful nut draws, and also decent capability to at least interact with sweepers in the form of Peacekeeper, Invasion. You can play Planeswalkers. Like, there's a lot of ways to build this deck. The standard card pool is huge. We have plenty of options. I would certainly cut Planes. Oh my god. Go down to 22 lands. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, like, that was just awful how we flooded in those games. Yeah, and otherwise, I think this is a very good deck, probably in best of 1. Like, it's powerful. It is powerful. Coppercoat Vanguard is a great lore. Thalia is amazing. You have some good 1-drops nowadays in humans. Yeah, like, I like this deck. So I would recommend for best of 1. Me personally, not the biggest fan of playing these strategies, of course. I usually like to be the one that has the agency. And this deck doesn't strike me as a deck where I'm like, I have played mono red at Pro Tours in the past. Like, I have played aggressive strategies in the past if I had to, sort of. But this doesn't feel like the deck, you know, like, that's so powerful that I have to. So I also played Esper Legends in Naples, which was an aggressive deck, and you know, the playstyle is not really my favorite, but it's just that good that I had to play it. Anyhow, Esper Legends is, I think, still the premier aggressive deck if you want to play aggressive stacks in the format. I know, boring, but yeah, we'll try to figure a way out to you know, battle that deck, and I surely think we can. Anyhow, this is also a nice deck, and it's a bit cheaper on the wildcards. You don't have to spend massive amounts of those on the mana base. All right, enough talking. See you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.